I am here with Ahmed from Palestine, and he was telling me about him coming over from Palestine to Doha, and I wanted him to share with y'all what it's like to be a Palestinian and the travel involved in that. So go ahead, just tell us what it was like.
Okay, thank you, Ben, for this chance to let me speak to your society and like that. First of all, my name is Ahmed Asmar. I'm from Palestine, in particular from the Gaza Strip. You may know the Gaza Strip is located in the southern part of Palestine. Gaza now is, let me say, it is under siege. It's also besieged by the occupation, the Israeli occupation still now. The Gaza Strip has no airport for traveling outside, and most of the Palestinians, my people, feel are suffering when they travel outside because they have to go through the checkpoints and have to go through the checkpoints like that. The Israeli checkpoint, which is called Erez, it's closed all the time. So we are directed to the Rafah border crossing, which connects the Gaza Strip or Palestine with Egypt. Even it has a lot of difficulties. In the past regime in Egypt, it was very difficult for the people to travel from that. You needed like some kind of coordinations, and even it was difficult. After the division, it has been the situation are getting better, but even it's still difficult. It's not like the same we are looking to achieve on the border. When I decided I'm now in Qatar, as been known. We are in a Tirana summit. So when I just left my country just 2 days before the flight from Cairo, because I know that my way from Gaza to Cairo will be a long trip. So when after I finished all the procedure on the border, I just spent like 4 hours on the border checking my passport and searching my luggage and like that. After that, I began a long trip from Rafah to Cairo, which is a very long distance, like 450 kilometers. I took a taxi. It was like a journey for 10 hours. And when I reached Cairo, it was very crowded city, a lot of traffic jam inside it. Anyhow, I reached Cairo at midnight, and the next day I went to the airport. Even on the airport, there were a lot of traffic jam on the roads. So it cost me like 4 hours to reach the airport but normally it just take from where I was sitting just like 30 minutes. Anyhow, I make it, and I'm now here in Qatar. After all the difficulties, I'm here, and that's good.
If you wanted to just go to Cairo one weekend, are you allowed to go to that point in Rafah and just leave your country?
Well, that depends on the Egyptian authorities, what are they going to do with me. In the past, for the youth in particular, they were not allowed to enter Egypt. If they are coming from abroad, they are just using the Cairo airport. So they just put them in a certain place in the airport, and then they group them and transfer them from Cairo to Rafah. I hope that this time they will not make it when I return to Cairo that I can enter Cairo, and then I can go freely to Rafah. But it seems that they are going to put me in the airport till a group of Palestinians came also, and then transfer us to Rafah.
Do you have family in the West Bank?
I'm originally from the West Bank, and I'm living in Gaza.
Okay, so we do not understand everything, and it's very complicated.
Of course.
Try to explain that to me as simply as you can,
okay,
about where you lived, where you live now, and can you go back?
Okay, briefly, after the war of 1967, when Israel occupied the rest of Palestine. Let me say it. It remains of Palestine, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. These are the only places left for the Palestinians to establish their own state. There is a division between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Before the Intifada or uprising in 2000, it was, let me say it was, the things were going smoothly. We can go and cross the border, not in a normal way, but it was possible for us to go to the West Bank and return from it. But after the Intifada, it was very difficult and very hard, and even, let me say it, impossible to go. I'm originally from the West Bank, but I'm now living in the Gaza Strip, where my family is working. Since that time, since 2000, I'm not allowed to went to my origin town, which is Nablus, so I'm just stuck in the Gaza Strip. We only, as I told, we only just have one crossing that connect us with the outside, which is the Rafah crossing, which I'm sure that all of you had heard about it and how we suffer on that border.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. I really appreciate you being open to talk to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.